First of all, just let me just say what I just said to all. I mean, and I promise you this will go 2 minutes. Howard has some nice announcements to make. Tomorrow morning we can talk a little bit more to keep the threads going. But just to thank Wal, because I've known Wal for about a decade, and I think he's one of the great business leaders in this country. I think the final 5 minutes of that should be, well, they are online around the world, and they are absolutely fundamental, especially to the younger people in the room, to your agenda for making this an even greater country because of what it can do, not only in terms of jobs, but in terms of the way in which we'll redesign the world's energy consumption patterns and change the planet. So Wal has always been a visionary on that because it's not of a level of abstraction, it's of a level of concrete investment strategies. Thank you for coming all the way to Waterloo, and I know that's not an easy thing to do. It was one of my top wish for things to happen this year. 2 quick points, because I'm supposed to give threads in terms of the social media. I think growing Canadian companies, I thought we had a superb discussion of growing Canadian companies, but I want to just add one thing that I said every opportunity I get to say, and I've got a media outlet there. We will only grow when we help our companies acquire, not to be acquired. The goal is to take Cirque du Soleil and acquire companies around the world, from Las Vegas to Moscow and so on. And if the capital markets don't get that message, then we will not optimize our achievements. The final point I want to make, because it leads into a thread, into a narrative of the summit, when Helgi was talking about matching the innovators to the capital markets in his unique and incredibly impressive way, I want this to be the beginning of a Dateline Waterloo story that goes rippling beyond the simple growing of companies, however exciting that is in and of itself. We have to link the capital markets to the innovators around the world. That's the malfunction. I have some things that I'll say about that in the wrap-up. Peter Harder has some things that he wants to say in the introduction of what is the final panel of this. And we will put some stuff on the web at the same time for those of you who want to be able to think about these kinds of things. But I think Helgi set the stage for that magnificently. I think I've kept that to 2 minutes. And Howard, if you want to do after Howard is the last person between you and a reception. I'm only the penultimate person between you and a reception.